being that it's now fall, there's 3 months left of the year. It's the final quarter, so we're going in for the final push. And one thing I kind of want to keep in mind is we all know, with the new year coming, everybody makes their New Year's resolutions of getting fit, getting in shape, losing weight, looking hot, and we're already kind of ahead of the game, right? Because we're coaches, we are proof that the product works, and we do our workouts. We've been drinking our Shakeology, and we've been killing it. So if we keep practicing our three vital behaviors, inviting people still, even though it's fall and people might not be so interested because Thanksgiving's coming up and we've got cake and pie and wine and all this stuff going on that it's kind of hard to resist when it's in front of your face. We can still get our faces out there and let them know that as coaches, we're the real deal. We're living what we're preaching. We're not just expecting everybody else to do it. And we're going to have some killer before and afters come, the end of December and into January. And if they see that we stuck it through and we had the team and the strength and the motivation to keep going through the holidays, that, maybe we could definitely help them out when they're ready for their New Year's resolutions. So if we stick our faces out there and stay consistent with it, they'll know that we're the go-to people when it comes to it. They might not be interested now, but if they are, they still have 90 days to get killer before and afters. To get results, I guess they could complete a whole program before New Year even starts. They can still beat the rush of crazed weight loss people, right? So we can do the same thing. If you had a tough time over summertime, I know I went on vacation for 2 weeks and had kind of a rough time, but we still have 90 days. We can complete a whole new program ourselves and show them the light, show them the way. So with that being said, you're like, yeah, cool. So if everyone's going to work out the new year, why don't I just chill out and enjoy Thanksgiving and then get them to join with me in the new year? But we're not going to do that because we're going to practice what we preach, like I said before. And we're all here, I'm pretty sure, to grow our businesses. I don't think any of us would be on a call or any of us would be posting the posts that we post, inviting like we invite, if we weren't here to grow a business, either part-time, full-time, casual, what have you. So to put it off for 3 months and try to get back into it in January, it's not really a recipe for success. We need that consistency, and everybody needs to see our faces, and then they'll know we're legit. Because even if people say no now, if they see that we're pulling through, then they'll join us when they can, or when they believe that we're not just in it to make a quick buck or whatever things people think when they see our posts. So we're not going to be able to grow our businesses if we sit around and wait, but we have to kind of keep going with those 3 vital behaviors I'm sure everybody's heard about: inviting, proof the product works, and personal development. So that's the minimum that we need to survive and keep our faces out there and keep going. But if we want things to thrive, you're like, I don't want to just survive and tread water. Let's kick some ace. Well, then there's something that all the top coaches say, and here I've heard our own Team Hit top coaches say, and I do a lot of YouTubing, and I've heard almost every top coach that I listen to say the same thing, and you need to do it every single day. So when you talk to your coaches, when we have these calls, or when you're doing your boot camp call Jennifer did yesterday, or if you do your Coach Basics calls and do your homework there, you're not just doing your homework because you want to keep your coach happy. You want to do that homework so it becomes because you want it to become a habit, and you can build a habit in 21 days. So if you keep doing each of those 3 vital behaviors in 21 days, it's just going to be what you do. It's going to be how you run your business, and you're going to do well. But when we get to it, we need to have a list, kind of how you run a business. You have like standard operating procedures. You would have checklists. You would have things that you go over. So I don't know, have you guys heard of the no matter what list? A list of no matter what? No? Yes? Everybody? No? Well, I've heard it said quite a few times. Have a list of no matter what. And on that, you have, I'm not going to tell you. On that list, you have your 3 vital behaviors. And you're going to make them specific, right? So you're not just going to say, yeah, invite. Okay, I invited my dad, and he said no. So there's my 1 vital behavior of the day. It's not going to be, it's not that simple. You're going to make it specific. So say I talked to 3 people. I'm going to talk to 3 new people today. That's your invite goal for the day. I'm going to talk to 5 new people today. And then you're going to follow up with people that you've talked to before. You're going to do your workout and drink your Shakeology, and you're going to do your personal development. And that can be training, that can be reading a book, that can be talking to one of your team members. I know I run my challenge with 3 other coaches, or 2 other coaches.
When? Just now? Yeah. Okay. Okay, you gotta wait. Hey, I don't want the cat up here.
The cat.
All right, can we hear me again? Okay. I'm new. But so I was saying that I run my team with 2 other coaches, and we kind of keep each other in line. We talk to each other when we have a hard time, or if we get discouraged. Like I saw the other day somebody was frustrated and posted on Team Hit, Trevor, and and you know, we all kind of feel that way, the ups and downs. But if you're doing your personal development and taking time out for yourself, you know, those kind of moments can be mediated. So after you do your 3 vital behaviors, you got to do goals. You got to do your goals. And at the top of this goals list, you're going to write down Success Club. Success Club's got to be kind of your vision every month. You want to reach it. And how many or who has heard of Success Club knows what it's all about? Anybody? You can write in the chat. You can say hi. You can say bye. So Success Club, we all hear about it. We see the posts on Team Hit. We want to do this every month. It's got to be your goal. And next, you can write down your fitness goals, your coach signing goals. You know, if you want to sign 1 coach a week, if you want to sign 2 or 10, whatever you think is realistic, but don't make them too comfortable for yourselves, or you won't have something to work towards. So you want your goals to push you, to challenge you. And if you aren't sure what exactly that might be, talk to your coach, talk to your upline, and find out what your next goals will be after Success Club. So you're probably thinking, all right, Leslie, you told me you just started this 4 months ago, and now you're telling me what my top goal is? Yes, I am. So I said it before, I'm pretty sure we're all here to grow our businesses. So what Success Club is, and it's not, you know, sipping on brandy, smoking cigars after we do our workouts. It's It's a way to measure how you're performing as coach. It's, it's a reward and recognition program, is what my notes say. And it lets you know that you're doing the things you should be doing to be a successful coach. If your monthly goal is Success Club 5, 10, or 50, you can reach it. There are ways to do it. You're not just going to get a free t-shirt and, this month is the P90X trilogy. So you're getting almost $300 worth of programs there to add to your Beachbody library. And who doesn't need a little Tony Horton on their shelf, right? Or in your DVD player. So you get that every month. You can get different swag. Last month you had an option of about 5 or 6 different things. Why it's important is that it shows you're doing what you need to do to build your business. And the best part about it is to do what you need to get into Success Club is also what you need to do to help people, to help your challengers more effectively, to help your friends, your family, to help, complete strangers. So a challenge pack, you get your workout, and they can get, so many different workouts. There's one for everybody, really. And Shakeology, and who doesn't need to eat more healthy and make sure that their insides are just looking good as their outsides, right? So Jasta wants to comment. Oh no. Okay. So you get that, and it's important because you're helping people, and in helping people, you're going to help yourself achieve it. And who should worry about it? Do we all really need to worry about Success Club? Yes, we all need to worry about Success Club. Don't worry about it, but have it in your brain. Have it in your mind that Success Club is your top goal because Leslie said so. And if I didn't tell you, I'm sure somebody else has. So you had to start worrying about it. This is the when of my notes. Yesterday, the day before, on the 1st of every month, is when you need to start thinking about it. Because the time period that you have to reach Success Club is from the 1st of the month to the last day of the month, be it the 28th, the 30th, or the 31st. Yes, Sarah, do everything Leslie tells you. Best policy. Red wine, yes, red wine counts. It's written on Shakeology that it should be taken with red wine. So, let's see what I have here. Oh yes, another bonus to Success Club too. If you hit Success Club as Emerald rank or above, Beachbody gives you clients. So I got one of my coaches through one of these leads. So I think it was my 2nd month when I was getting these leads from Beachbody, where people who buy off the internet without a coach, people who buy off a TV, like they call into the infomercial, or people who, no, that's pretty much the only option, isn't it? Internet and phone. But anyway, those people who don't have coaches, Beachbody assigns them to different coaches that are active in this Success Club lead program. And email those people, get in touch with those people, find out why 8 leads, stop showing off. But find out why they did it, find out why they bought the program. I talked to my one, now she's my coach, she's one of my coaches, and that night, our first Facebook chat session, she told me she bought the program because she wanted to get to know it, and she wants to help people to achieve their weight loss goals. I didn't even have to do anything. She was already right there. She was already in the mindset that she wanted to be a coach. So when you're Emerald or above and you've reached Success Club and you go check your customers and see that you've been given customers, email them. Their email addresses are there, their phone numbers are there, their addresses are there if you want to send them out a freaking thank you note and a sample of Shakeology. you have access to their information. Use it. Because I wouldn't have made, well, I'm a Ruby coach now. I wouldn't have made Ruby if it wasn't for my girl in Iowa. I live in BC, and I have a coach in the States. I've never even been to Iowa. And she owns a yoga studio. Like, you never know what's going on with these people that are handed to you, right? So I just saw somebody said all the ones they emailed haven't responded. And so what I did, and I actually found this on YouTube, it was kind of a how to email your people training video. Set a calendar up. Set a calendar up for when you're going to email, when you're going to text, and if you're comfortable, call them and leave a message and say, hey, it's Leslie from Beachbody. You were assigned to me. I'm your coach. I just want to know if we can set up a time and talk, find out what your goals are so I can help you reach them. And leave them your number. And write the same thing in your email. And then if, say, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is how I set mine up. On Mondays, I email them. On Wednesdays, I texted them. And on Friday, I left a voicemail. And do that every week and follow it and drop your new customers into your little program and just keep up with it. And so I kind of got off track there, holy. But so that was my talk about that was the other bonus. The other bonus is getting Success Club. So here's my how to reach Success Club. And that is with 5 points minimum. So you get 1 point for every new coach, every new customer that gets Shakeology on Home Direct. You get 2 points for every coach or every customer that buys the challenge pack. So 3 customers a month, and you're in the club. That's it. Now, I guess you kind of want to know how you get there, right? Are you good? Are you done? Let me tell you. So to get there, you have to get organized. I kind of talked about running it like a business and be consistent. I will tell you more. There's more. Cashly posted the business tracker the other day. And I hope most of you or all of you looked at it because there's a lot of useful information there. And it's in Team Hits files. If you look at the file tab, it's right under the banner. And I think it's like discussion, photos, videos, and then files. And there's how to run challenge groups there. There's the business tracker that Cashly shared on the wall the other day. And I don't know if it was a month or 2 months ago, I posted my contact tracker. So I'm not really one to write things down. I like copy and pasting things. So I track every person that I talk to, and I write down if they're a coach of mine or not, if they're in a challenge group or not. And we generally have 2 challenge groups going on at a time. And so I write which challenge group they're in. I write how they got in touch with me, if it was one of my ads, if it was through a friend, if it was some other magical way. And I write down what we've talked about so that I remember when I do my follow-ups, if I follow up with them, what we talked about, what they're going through. I mean, you talk to some people who say, I have a heart condition, or I'm interested in this program, or anything else that's going on in their life. And when people say no, I write down why they said no. And if they talked about some sort of unfortunate event in their life at the time, I kind of let some time go before I tell them about the next challenge group. You know, if I don't know, some tragedy happened, which actually happened to who's one of my clients now, but the first time I talked to her, she had just lost her boyfriend. So she talked to me every day about when she was grieving this loss. I guess I was a nice person and someone who wasn't attached to the whole situation. And she and I spoke every day. She would message me. She actually poked me. And I thought, nobody pokes anymore, do they? But she was reaching out, and I was there for her. So now she's one of my clients, and we found out we have mutual friends from Alberta. And it's like you just never know, and you just can't ever really give up on people. You can't just write them off, because everybody's going through different things, and everybody needs something different at every point in their life. So if they say, I don't have time right now, that's right now. But in a month, they'll have time. In 3 months, they'll have time, right? So I got sidetracked again. Anyways, that's what I track on my contact tracker, and that I shared with the group too. And take a look at it. I mean, this isn't school. I'm not telling you have to fill it in and I'm going to check it every day. But take a look at it and see the information that I filled in. And if it works for you, awesome. If you want to add to it, awesome. It's your business. Do what you got to do. It's your thing. Do what you got to do. Sorry, I do that sometimes. But so when you're inviting, you have to write down who you're talking to. And even, I know I dance randomly, but write down who you're going to talk to before you do. If people are liking your ads, then invite them to your Facebook page. I do that. I know some people say not to invite all the likes, but I'm just growing right now. So I'm reaching out to everybody who touches anything that is mine. And all the likes, I add them. And if they don't have the option for strangers to add them, I message them and hope that they check their others inbox. So we got to do it. And I write down who I'm going to talk to before I message them, so that it's not such a scramble and a panic, right? And I kind of hold myself to the power hour idea. My power hours are more like 3 half-hour sections, so it's like power hour and a half throughout the day, because I never know when Xander's gonna wake up. That's my 9-month-old. It's his 9-month birthday today. And I have horses that I have to take care of. My husband works out of town. I have a giant dog, and she changes her mind about things she wants to do all the time. So I get the work in, and when I'm working on it, I'm working on it. And I don't scroll through and share kitty pictures. I don't look at my friends' stuff unless my friends are my clients. Then I'll take a look at their things. But I'm like that. I put these blinders on and get it done. And I invite my people in my midday time. So I follow up and answer my Beachbody messages in the morning. And I do my Twitter thing. I've started growing a bit on Twitter, but that will be another day. And then I stick to it and track it all. So you really have to set that time aside so that you don't get distracted, and call your coach or message your coach and say, I worked 7 hours the other night on my Beachbody stuff, and I'm not getting anywhere. I don't even have one participant for my challenge group. But you also shared like 15 funny cat videos, and you ended up clicking on some link that took you to another site that had an interesting article, and then you saw some weird thing about Halloween masks that you clicked on, and then that brought you to something about the new election, and then you read something about how NDP is gonna, I don't know, anyway, and it just goes, and it's this crazy cycle that sucks you in. That's why they call it a web. There's like this giant spider that comes down and wraps you up in its evilness, and you get pulled away from your Beachbody stuff. That's the worst thing. Don't click on anything unless it has to do with Beachbody, unless it has to do with one of your clients, unless it's a Beachbody related coaching video. And that's the only thing that I want each of you to do, and I can see all your faces, and I'm gonna check. I'm gonna get my CIA buddies to check what you're searching during your power hour. But it's business time. And I wrote a joke down and I ruined it because I went on a tangent. I said it's network marketing, not scroll through your stuff and I'll get the money marketing. Oh, it's not funny now. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. But so you got to put the work in, and you've got to do everything on your no matter what list, no matter what, and your business will grow. And if you can't fit the hour and a half in, because you got to do your workout, you got to do your stuff, and you work 12 hours a day, and you have to wake up at 5 in the morning, you have to put the time in to get your no matter what's done. Because they're there no matter what. A business owner is not going to not close his cash register at night, or he's not going to, I don't know, he's not going to not pay his employees. If he is, his business is going to fail. You know, and that's what we are. We're business owners. And I know when I started my first business, when was that? In 2005. I spent hours and hours and hours, up to 12, up to 20 hours a day, in contact with suppliers, in contact with everybody in the world, and setting up emails, setting up procedures, setting up all these things. But with Beachbody, we're lucky enough that it's set up for us. And there are so many successful people that we're in touch with every day. Successful people who post in a group to give us information to succeed. We don't need to invent it. We don't need to sit down and think about it and waste our time where we could be recruiting, where we could be doing our power hour, thinking about things. Really, we don't need to. It's there for us. And if it doesn't work for you, tweak it. Don't reinvent it. Tweak it so that it works for you. Just like the scripts that were given. You just need to modify them. Use words that you would use. Throw in whatever smiley face you usually use, right? We don't need to spend hours to invent the business. We need to spend our hours succeeding at the business. And you need to work out the flow of the business. So with the forms that are already created for you, fill them in, but be consistent about it. If you're going to invite, say, 90 people a month, 90 new people into your network a month, that's 3 people. 3 people a day, sorry. And you could invite 90 people in one day. Just go crazy. Just have a blitz. But then there's no flow. If you invite 90 people in one day, then next week, who the hell are you going to invite? And what happens if the next day, after you message these 90 people, you get 50 messages back from them? Are you going to answer all 50 of them and have relatable conversations with 50 people at one time? Or are you going to be a dork like me? And last week, I don't even know why I'm telling you this, I called this girl, her name was Umeshka, and I called her Crystal. For the love of God. I called her Crystal. Like, get your crap together, Leslie. So limit yourself. And yeah, she didn't message me back. Oh, God. But get your, not close enough. So that's what I'm saying. Manage your stuff. Don't let it get out of control. Like, I'm never going to let myself do that again. Ever. But if you set your sights on something doable for the long term to keep that flow going, I mean, then you can hit Success Club consistently. If you get 30 people out of 90 into your groups or into your network, even if they don't participate in your group, but they're watching you, and they're seeing what you're doing. They're in your network. And you can be in Success Club consistently because they'll want to do what you're doing because you're awesome. because your life is great. You're healthy, you're working out, you're losing weight, you can see more muscle tone in your arms, your double chin shrinking. Like, look at that. Huh? Not all of you know me, so I'm sorry. But if you get that flow going, you'll get the Success Club flow going. And I mean, then you can do stuff like, if you're a new coach, thanks. If you're a new coach and you hit Success Club, your first 3 months, then you become a Success Club starter. I think that's what I'm called. And that's actually what I was able to do in my first 3 months as a coach. And out of that deal, new coaches hit Success Club 3 months in a row. You get a free ticket to Coach Summit in Nashville, in Tennessee. And I've never been to Nashville. Flaunt it if you got it. I've never been to Nashville, but I'm going, and my husband's going, and I don't know we're doing Xander yet, but I'm going to Nashville next year to Coach Summit, and I don't have to pay for it. Like, that's a $300 value because of hitting it three months in a row, my first 3 months. And when you keep that going, I mean, there's the trip, like the cruise that is happening in March. It's a coach cruise going down to Jamaica. You can earn dollars that can pay for that trip because of Success Club. And I did the math last night, and you can get I think a stateroom for a family. I think that's what I looked at. And you can get it paid for if you get Success Club 10 every month for a year. And I mean, that's totally doable. So I haven't done it, but it's doable. I can see it in my future. So not this March, but next March. And I mean, there's just so many things that you can do. And actually, I have the link for the video about why you guys want to go to Summit. Cashley and Trevor did one of the first calls on when they got back from Summit, and they were pumped. So I'm so excited to go. So new coaches, get on it. Get on it. I'll share the link after the call on Team Hit, so that you guys can all, I mean, when you have time, when I'm done talking to you. But I'll share that link right away. And when you're doing all these things, back to my notes, when you're doing all these invites, when you're, living the life and showing everybody what can go on when you jump on board with Beachbody, people are going to say no. And people won't say no if you're sitting on the couch. So you want people to say no, because then at least you know you're doing your work. And the no's will be watching you, and the no's will become yeses, but keep that consistency that I've been talking about. And if you're thinking that you don't have the confidence to do it, and you're just not comfortable messaging people you don't know and prying into their life through caring about their health and fitness, do it anyway. They don't know who you are. They're not going to see you down the street and say, there's that chick that was messaging me about losing weight with some free challenge. And you're likely not ever going to see them unless you organize an event to see them. Yes, Lisa, get out of the comfort zone. And that getting out of your comfort zone to talk to strangers online is not even going to be an issue for you if you keep pushing yourself to do it. It's just going to become second nature eventually, because that's kind of how confidence goes. It's this crazy cycle where you don't feel you're competent enough, or maybe you don't think you know the business enough, or maybe you think they're going to think you're crazy. I don't know what you think, but let's just say you don't think that you know enough to answer questions if they have them. The more you work at it and the more you break outside of that, the more you invite, the more questions people will ask, the more answers you're going to look up, and the more you're going to know, the more you're going to learn on your own just through inviting. So then you'll get more confident because you've got that new answer right on the tip of your tongue. And you'll invite somebody else and they'll have some other crazy question you don't know. Google it, message somebody right away and get the answer. And then you've got the answer for the next time somebody asks you that crazy question. So then you're not going to worry about that one, right? And you're just going to keep taking these steps until you got all the answers. And then you're never going to be worried about messaging a complete stranger. Last month, I was getting desperate, which is horrible to say, to reach Success Club. And I actually looked up on Facebook because Sarah Chubbuck, who I run all my groups with from the dawning of time, was running a Body Beast group. And I looked up on Facebook weightlifting, and it brought up everybody in the world who's interested in weightlifting. And I messaged everybody from Canada who was interested in weightlifting, and I told them about Body Beast Challenge Group to try and get them on board. Like, you gotta do it. Do I know these people? No. Like, are these people gonna judge me? That's their problem, not mine. Because I got more people in my network through that. Just saying, you gotta do it. But the beast is talking. So you just have to step outside your zone. I'm gonna recall. Thanks, Amanda. I'm gonna recall back to what I was talking about because we're almost at 40 minutes here on the call, and I was hoping that it wouldn't go that long, but I always go off on tangent. But so I'm going to show you guys, if you do as I say, and you get the business going, you get organized, use the files that are provided to you, and invite people at a steady pace, a steady flow, the results that you can have when you start getting people on board now, when these weight loss resolution people come up. I'm going to show you something that I found just the other day about some results that another coach had when she started 8 months before December. In December, she said she was at 8 months. So what's that? She started in February? Nope, that's not it. December's the 12th month. So she started in April. So in April, she started coaching, and she showed her income and the changes that it took when she started hitting Success Club regularly. So every month she started hitting at least SC5, which is 3 customers a month. She had that business process going. She had those SOPs, standard operating procedures, going, and her results are crazy. So I'm going to show you her income. But just a sec here. I'm going to try to blow it up on my screen. Okay, and share screen. Pop. Where'd it go? Oh. Okay, I'll just share my desktop, and then I'll show you guys this income thing. Hopefully there's nothing sketchy on my desktop. There we go. All right, so here it is. The last week of December, she had her husband signed up as well. So in the information she gave out, she included him as part of her income. And to become Emerald in a jiffy, if you aren't Emerald yet, get your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, brother, sister, anybody who's close to you that will trust you and wants to support you in this, get them to sign up. And if you want to hear more about that, we did another call, Trevor and Cashley being we, earlier in this summer, and they did, I'll share that link too. It tells you how to go Emerald and why you want to get your spouse signed up as soon as possible. So her first business center in the last week of December 2012, She made $445 a week. Jamie, I said ask a brother or sister or somebody who trusts you. You don't need a spouse, just somebody who loves you. Good girl. All right. So, so that was the last week of December. She made just over $400 in 1 week after 8 months of coaching. And that was her being consistent with inviting and keeping people in her network. And then don't move over to the last week of March. So that's 3 months, 12 weeks. She got a 318% raise. I've never ever worked, especially at a job I enjoyed. Have I ever had a job that I truly enjoyed? She got a 318% raise and started making $1,400 a week in 1 week. So then fast forward to the next December, where she now had her own second business center open. I think once you reach 10-star diamond, you can open a second business center and start building that business up as well. And so between her 2 business centers and her husband's, she made almost $4,000 a week. And that's her second, not even, it's almost 2 years of coaching. And after the resolution people came through, I mean, she was consistent all year. And then the crazy resolution people came through. She was making almost $8,000 a week. Like these numbers pump me up. And I know it's about helping people, but obviously she's helping people. She's just getting she's reaping the business. Oh, Jennifer saying 2-star. Oh, 2-star is your second business center. Oh, 2-star is when you can open your second business center. Okay, thanks, Jen. And then her 3rd year coaching, she was making $10,000 a week at the end of December. And then after that, she got another almost 200% raise, 180%. And she was making $18,000 a week. And that's staying consistent. And yeah, not everybody's going to make that. I mean, but obviously you can, because somebody did, because this girl did. She's from Colorado. Like, I don't know. She's nothing. She's not a movie star. She was just a gal from Colorado who started coaching in April. And in 3 years running her own coaching business, was making almost $20,000 a week because she stayed consistent, and because when days got hard, she didn't give up, and she kept that focus on reaching her success club every month and inviting every day and practicing her 3 vital behaviors even when her days sucked. Go on Pinterest, look up motivational quotes. I mean, talk to somebody who can get you back on track. Look up a video on YouTube and say, when I'm down, or pick me up videos, or look up coaching videos. There's so many different calls. There's different team calls like ours from different teams from all over North America. You can look into and find out what other teams are doing, see what works for you, see what doesn't. There's so many different ways that you can expand your knowledge and expand your passion and, really get into this business, because it's pretty kick-ass so far. And I'm just in my 4th month, but I'm already making plans for next year. So I hope that you guys are all into it too. And if you need any kind of pump up information, like message your coach, message me if you really want to. But there's so much information out there, and hitting Success Club is just lets you know that you're on track, and lets you know that you're going to be one of those big deals up on stage, getting the medal around your neck, and reaching elite status and reaching rock star status. I don't think there's rock star status yet, but there should be. But yeah, so that's what I got for you guys. And are there any questions about what I covered? I kind of went off on tangents too, but does anyone have questions about Success Club, or are we good? Any information I should share? Thanks, Sandra. I'll think. I'll have to unmute. Thanks. Oh wait, I need to go unmute you guys. Ah! Oh, here's the manage participants thing. Sorry. Okay, where? Sorry, I'm talking to myself. Unmute. Okay, you should be good.
Oh, so can you guys hear us okay?
Yeah?
Yeah, awesome. It went a little choppy there for a bit, but we're getting some better internet. Hopefully, it keeps getting a little bit better down here, but that's good that you guys can hear us. Leslie, you did an awesome call. It was so good to see how Success Club 5 and hitting it every month, all the different things that tie into it and all the best practices and all the swag and all of the benefits that you get from doing it. That was a really nice recap on all of that, don't you think?
I definitely think so.
Yeah. So it was sweet.
Thanks.
I understand. But you know what, guys? We are